Hello everyone, it's Architects here. Today I will show you how to make photorealistic road in Twinmotion. I have prepared this model in ArchiCAD and exported to 3ds Max. And from here we are going to export to Twinmotion. We have DataSmith plugin installed. You can download it from the unrealengine.com. Also you can download the other plugins, Revit Exporter, SketchUp Max and ArchiCAD. If you want to ask me why didn't I export it from directly ArchiCAD to Twinmotion, well, I have two computers for this project. I had to render this project from my second computer. It hasn't got Twinmotion, but for this computer I have Twinmotion and I want to render this project from Twinmotion for you. Alright, before beginning the tutorial, I would just like to ask you to like this tutorial. It's going to help this channel with YouTube algorithms, and I suggest you to subscribe because I'm gonna make similar tutorials as this. Also, I have a Patreon page. I'm gonna share this project file in my Patreon page, and also in that page you can download my other project files and also extended ArchiCAD libraries, tutorials, much more. Alright guys, without any further ado, let's get into the tutorial. Alright, here we are in 3ds Max. Before exporting to Twinmotion, we have some works to do. As you can see, this is a very simple model. It must be improved. To do so, we are going to create some curves around it. So let's do it. We are going to use the splines and going to use line, and let's right click the snap. The vertex must be on, and once it's on, also click the 3D snap, and we are going to click our corners again and create our line. Also you can continue for the other sidewalk, just like that. This is second and this is the first one. Okay, now we need a profile for our curve. So I'm gonna go to top. You can hit the T from your keyboard and click rectangle. Make a basic rectangle like this. The dimensions will be equal the thickness of the pavement. So I think it's 15 centimeters to 15 centimeters. We can fix it later. Once we have done this, you can click the modify menu and add a spline. After that, we are going to chamfer this corner. Click the vertex, click your corner, and we have this chamfer options. You can use this arrow. You can increase this like this, and you can close the edit spline. Now we have our model. I think when we are exporting to model, we had some unit scale problem. It's very big. We can fix it from here, or we can fix it with this line. Now I'm gonna show you. Let's click our line first and go to see modifier. This one. We are going to pick our shape. We now have scaling option here. So to fix it, we are going to click edit spline here, click segments. Let's select all of our lines. You can click the scale. Shortcut is R. In order to avoid non-uniform scaling problems, my mouse is over the center, not this edge of the X and Z, not this one too. It's on the snap position. It's on the middle of the 3D cursor. And from here you can rotate also, just like this. If we look at from here, size nearly done. Maybe we can increase the size a little more, and we can push back. Okay. Now we can copy our sweep from here. Let's click copy and paste this line, and we will get the same model as the first one. Once we achieve this, we need to assign a material before exporting. Hit the M, open material editor. We can use empty material slot such as this one, and let's drag and drop. Alright, now we will click this data submit. You can open up the menu with this icon. I'm not synchronize this, I'm just going to use only export and save. Alright, now we are in Twinmotion, and at the first we are going to delete the starting base. You can also get rid of this one, or you can use this. Let's go to import and click this import. Click open. After locating this file, you will see this opens menu. It's got some options, for instance material collapsing. We don't need to keep hierarchy here. We need to use this collapse by material. By this, with one click we can change material settings at once, and full precision UVs and normals will help us in Twinmotion. So let's check them, and we can click import. Here we have imported our model. We're gonna finish this step by step. First step will be changing ambience. Let's click it and click HDRI, click enable. You can change HDRI from here. Go to library. Instead of using skies, we can use outdoor HDRIs such as this one. Let's just drag and drop here. Not too bad, we can use this. Okay. And once we place this, we will rotate the HDRI. As you can see, when we look at this direction, exposure is increasing. When we look at the sky, opposite happens. So we need to turn it off. From here, details, uncheck this one. And we will increase this volume manually, like this. If you hit the R, you will see different effects, but you will see exposure is not changing. So we will do this for this setup. We will go to HDRI and increase the intensity. Just like this. We can give some intensity. To see the sun, I will rotate the HDRI. Unfortunately, we cannot separately rotate sun and HDRI, so we have to bear this problem. Second step will be changing our materials. We will pick up the road material. We can use this material picker, or we can hit T and click the road. You will see road material appeared here. You can change those settings, but instead of that, we will use Pixel Megascan library. Let's click library, go to Megascan, surface, let's go to asphalt, fine, and we will see lots of options. This spine road has its own lines, so let's try it. Unfortunately, we have UV problem. To solve it, we can rotate the UV or scale. But this side is not changing correctly. To do so, we will use this from object UV again, but we need to fix it from 3ds Max. Let's pick up the road material. And we're gonna give this temporary road texture which has got road lines. Instead of fixing this material, I'm going to create a new one. Let's go to bitmap and assign our material. I have used a road texture which has got road lines, but the same problem appeared here. To fix it, we will click our surface, go to UV, unwrap UVW. With this one, we can fix our faces one by one. Let's click our faces and click this projection. Hit F2 to look at what we have, and we are going to scale it down. To do it, we will go to OpenUV Editor. Since we have clicked the projection planar map, we can see our top road shape. We can move it, rotate, and scale. Let's click Scale and scale it. Something like this. Now we are going to click one by one this time. To rotate them one by one separately, we will go to Explode and click Break. And now we can rotate it. First part is okay. Let's fix the second part. First, I will align the right line with the sidewalk. After that, I will fix the axis between them. If you want to see the edge line, you can scale it down and move once more. I make sure that the lines are end to end. Once yours okay, you can close this. Click the unwrap once more and control your model. There we go. Let's click Export. In the Twinmotion, we will click this update. The material is okay with this texture. I want to check this if it's going to work with Final Road or not. Wow, it's also working. Let's check the scale. It's also working. It respects from the UV from the 3ds maps. With the details, you can offset your X value and Y value. Once this is done, I will give sidewalk textures to our sidewalks and also our curves. But this time I won't use linear texture. I want to avoid with the repeating problems. Instead of that, if you want to use linear textures such as this one, you need to fix it from 3ds Max before. Also, for the fixing the UV problems in the ArchiCAD, I will give the link in the description, so you can watch the ArchiCAD tutorial how to fix the UV problems in ArchiCAD. Let's put aside this information and continue our tutorial. In the surfaces, I will go to tile and pavestone. Here we are in pavestone. If I fix the UV problem, I will use these concrete pavers. But as you can see here, if I fix this edge will be broken. Same will happen for this side. To avoid it, I will use this pattern. This is not uniform, so we can use this for any kind of UV. Once this is done, we will apply our curve texture. We will use concrete material. In the concrete, we can go to cast in situ. We have this, for instance, concrete wall. Let's assign it. But tone strengths are very different. Let's fix it. From the details of the texture, let's increase the gamma or decrease. If you don't satisfied with UV problem of your pavement, you can use Twinmotion UV map. To do so, you go to this UV options and click cubic and assign once more. Just like that. By the way, if you are satisfied with your camera position, before moving that position, you can save the view. Alright, main part for the road is completed. Now we will place our accessories. This part is very important too. Vegetations are very important. Let's place some of them. We can use one of them suitable. For instance, this one. Let's place it here. Let's duplicate it. Hit the shift and click the new surface. Maybe here. Also, I like to add edges. Alright. If you have trees and hedges in your scene, it will be a good idea placing dead leaves. You can use dead leaves from the miscellaneous, but instead of that, I prefer using decals. From the Objects menu, we have decals. With this decals, you can place pedestrian crossing. Also, we have much more. We can also place dead leaves. If it's not visible, you can change the elevation. Also, we can increase offset. This dead list 04 is also suitable for your road edges. You can place road damage onto road or stains. But if you think it's very dark, you can reduce its opacity . Or you can directly click the texture with the T and in the color segment we can add grunge. You can see road texture is starting to looking older and used. So by doing this will add more realism into your road scene. Alright, those was the main idea and the fundamentals for the road modeling and road scenes. Of course, you can add more decals, more trees, lines, manholes, etc. You're completely free, just don't overdo it. The tutorial was already too long, that's all I have to say for now. If you have suggestions, questions, any idea for the next tutorial or for this one, please let me know in the comment section below. Do not forget to follow me from Instagram page. I will share my other renders there, which you cannot see from the YouTube channel. And also you can go to Patreon page for the downloading project files and libraries and tutorials. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Until next time, have a nice day. Bye.